couple East versus West matches coming up. And the one that I really want to get into was RVJ making his comeback, and he's going to be pulling Zura. So I wanted to start off with John, since you have you're familiar with Zurab's power and all. What is your thoughts on that?
I think Rob has a legit chance to beat him. He just has to top roll correctly, not complete top roll. If he goes too much top roll, Zura could possibly dead wrist press him. He's got the strength to be able to do that. But if he watches the films of, the match of how Chance Shaw beat him, if he somewhat top rolls, but kind of blocks instead of really turns the hand out, I suspect Rob should win that match. But if it goes inside, Zurab is unlike Sasha, who can control somebody inside. His wrist is just going to go, but he's still dangerous. I mean, he can still obviously press really hard in the strap, dead wrist.
I'm going to ask the same question to Jerry, because I know you train with RVJ. What's your thoughts on RVJ versus Zura?
If Rob takes it for real, then I'm going to go with Rob, right? I want to see him put in the work, because a finely tuned Rob is a great arm wrestler. But I keep trying to get him to come down to practice with me.
Oh, he hasn't showed up yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Mike, what's your thoughts on that match between RVJ and Zura?
I think it's basically, I got to go with what John said. I think if Rob can keep a good hand control and not commit too much one way or the other, but just good control, not let him get into the press and all that, but just keep good hand control, Rob has a great shot at it. But it's, we always speculate with these matches on, who's going to win if this guy does that, if that guy does this. So it's really hard to tell. But I do, if Rob can maintain hand control, I think he's got a great shot.
It could look very much like Zurab's match with Ron Bath, and that's what I would suspect. I mean, it could be.
That was a war, that one, yeah. Devon, what's your thoughts on that? And I see you're eating. What's your weight at these days, bro? You're getting ready for your big match and all.
Yeah, I'm hitting 270 mark now, so I'm on my way. But I think the big questions. I think that Zurab is the favorite based off of his consistency, his conditioning, and just Rob kind of like it's been a while. It's been a while for Rob. And he's jumping right back in the deep end where we know he belongs. But I think that Rob definitely has the talent. But this level that the East versus West is at right now, I mean, you don't just get there like overnight. I not to say that Rob's new or anything like that, but he's been a little bit inactive. So it'll come down to what he's been doing while nobody's been watching. And there's a lot of questions there.
Okay, how about this one? Paul Lynn versus Sasha. Devin, what's your thoughts on that one?
Man, I'll tell you, Paul Lynn, this guy, in my mind, being like an up and comer to just winning and winning. He is hot as hot can be. And every match he's getting, I'm like, damn, if he wins this, it'll level up. And he has been ever since he pulled you, John. Like, he did great against you. And then ever since then, he has been kicking ass. And I thought he was in serious trouble with Rustem. And then,
just required a little confidence, and he busted him.
I'll tell you, Sasha will be his biggest test.
Yeah.
So, and I'll say it again. He's got to be the underdog. He has to be. Like, Sasha Andreev is like, he's in like. But the thing is Paul Lynn, the guy who has been like he's the champ. He's the champ. So to me, there's only a couple names left. There's Sasha, and then there's Zoloev, and then it's like, who left do we have to throw at this guy?
John, what's your thoughts on that? Because you pulled Paul Lynn recently.
Well, it's almost been a year, I think, and he took me right to my limit. Even though I somewhat felt comfortable, there was a few times where he was putting enough pressure that it was requiring serious strain in the old tendons to stop it. And I even told him, I think it was the third match, that that top of my tendon was actually burning, and it kind of went black and blue weeks later. So, I mean, he's super explosive. I mean, he protects his hand well with that high top roll and can come crashing down on a hook. And I mean, he's not built to be a super great top roller, but he can also do that posting style, outside hit with his knuckles high. So, super impressive. If he keeps getting better, I didn't think, he would, pull it out with Rustum, but hard to bet against him.
Hey, Jerry, what's your thoughts on that match?
I'm going to be rooting for Paul. I think it's going to be a challenge. I think it was unfortunate to see, Rustum get hurt in that match, but before he got hurt, it looked like it was a super difficult match for Paul. And so I'd like to see what he's got to go against Sasha, but I'll be there rooting for him.
Mike, your thoughts on this match?
Well, you know what? Again, I got to go with Paul. I think it's more my heart, hoping and being on his side. But he has been looking incredible the last year or so. But I do think this will be the biggest match he's had to face for sure.
That 4-0.
Yeah.
Now, this match really excites me. This is Gennady versus Devon.
Yeah.
Jerry, I want to start off with you since you just went against Gennady not too long ago. What's your thoughts?
I think Devon better train. Better be doing more than the thumb exercising.
Just thumb.
But Jerry, how does it end up?
I think this match goes down to the fifth match. I think it goes 2-2, and there's no question Devon has amazing endurance, and I think that it's going to come down to the last match. Obviously I'm going to be rooting for Devon, right? But I think that it's going to be a challenge, and I think Gennady's obviously taking it for real. He looked like he's getting bigger, doesn't he? Look like he's getting bigger. He looked bigger in the last one, and but Devon has more experience, and Devon has more knowledge, and there's no question when it comes to smarts. I put Devon right up there with John as for a technical arm wrestler. So I think he's got the skill set to do it. I think where he's going to run into some difficulties at the level of strength Gennady's going to be. And Gennady can transition. He's multi-talented. But, I'll obviously be rooting for Devon, because he's from North America, even though he bothers me. He's a jalopy, right? But I love that shirt. Holy shit. Someone actually, that thing was fucking cool as shit. Right? I was amazed. But I do think it's going to come down to match 5.
Okay. John, what is your thoughts on that? Who do you think is going to win that?
Oh, Gennady's going to kill him. Devon, he better figure out a good excuse not even to get on an airplane. No. All kidding aside, Gennady's got to be more explosive than Prudnik, and I don't think he is. The only chance to beat Devon is to bust him right after the G. And Gennady doesn't have that type of control to be able to really unload. So I think he's got the strength to hang in there, to put up a good fight, but eventually he'll wear out, he'll subside. So it'll be a good workout for Devon.
Okay, Mike, what's your thoughts?
I'm a little biased. It's probably not fair, but I see it being honestly a good training day for Dev. Devon's arm don't move today, and long levers high. Devon's going to be able to set up, bang inside, really high, really tight, deep. It is going to be the longest distance Gennady's ever felt to the pin pad. He has to go through Devon's arm. It's going to feel like about a 5-mile run for him to get Devon's arm to the pin pad. No chance. No chance. All day long for me with Dev.
Evan, how's the thumb training going? Is that thumb ready for Gennady?
Just all I'm thinking is thumb growth at all costs. At all costs. Everything
Hit
in
it
my
with the
life.
hammer, it'll swell up.
Everything must go. Everything gets traded for thumb thick.
Thumb strength.
John, next time I see you, we're gonna measure off.
Compare.
I'm not there yet, but I'm closing the gap. Yeah.
Yeah, John's thumb is next level.
How does it feel to shoot the stem cells in the old thumb muscle? That's got
I did it. I got them right in my thumb. I'm like, they're like, where do you want them? And I'm like, can I get it right in my thumb? And they're like, yes, you can. And I'm like,
I just remember that first day I met John, and it was me, Travis, and John, and Travis and John was in the middle of eating. He's like, come over here, I got to show you something. John, put up your thumb. And I'm like, bro, leave him alone. He's got his thumb. I'm like, what are you showing me his thumb for? He goes, you don't understand. Look at this. And Travis, Travis is a big boy. He's like 6'4", whatever. Put out his thumb, and John's thumb was just like double the size. It is crazy, man. Like next level.
Yeah, when you don't have it, when it's hurting and sore, you realize how much it's needed for effective arm wrestling. I mean, I don't know. You've got to have known it a long time now, Devon, and I'm just really kind of keying on it. But that twisting motion and that thumb pressure is so important with that pronation. If that's bigger and stronger, that move becomes so much more effective.
John, I remember when we had our conversation and you were talking about that you used to do bowling, and you did a lot of bowling. You think that had anything to do with way your thumb is or the strength level?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I lived in a bowling alley, but I was arm wrestling at the time while I was living in the bowling alley. So I was doing as much arm wrestling as I was bowling. But yeah, no, bowling definitely probably puts a little bit of strain on the thumb.
Okay. Now, the next match that I want to talk about, it's not going down in May, but it's going to be going down in July. And that is Ermes Gasparini going against Big Daddy Jerry Cadorette. So let's start off with Devon. What is your thoughts on that?
It's a very interesting match. Very, very interesting. Now, if you had asked the same question about a year ago, you would have been like, oh, this style-wise is perfect for Jerry. You got your classic flop versus classic top roll matchup. And now, I mean, we just saw Ermes flop wrist pressing Levon. So now I'm like, that whole style thing is maybe not quite as apparent as it was. Listen, to me, Ermes he's the number 2. I really think he's probably the number 2 on the planet right now. It's a huge, I gotta say, Jerry, I think you're the underdog, but I still do believe that he opens top roll. And there's a great opportunity for you to get that wedge in there. And I think that it can become a very interesting match. I think that, yeah, man, Jerry, I hope you kill him, because I fucking hate that that's a guy. I want you.
Mike, what's your thoughts, bro?
Well, after seeing the match we just seen, it really changes, it enlightens us on Hermes. But I got to go with Jerry. I mean, Jerry's power. I think Jerry, you're bigger and stronger than you've ever been, I think. And I'm going to be rooting for you. And but a match, my God, the difference between Hermes and the one you just had,
Georgie.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's very explosive. He's fast. He's got so many angles. He can go anywhere. And so, I mean, I think he's such a skilled arm wrestler, but I think Jerry's just got too much horsepower. Personally, that's what we're hoping for, Jerry. So just win. But that's my opinion. Guys, I hate to do it. I love talking to you. I got to sign off here. It's been fantastic talking to you all. I got to get rolling.
Thank you for coming on, Mike. It's a pleasure to have you on my channel.
Thank you for having me. It's been a real pleasure to chat with you guys. Talk soon.
See you
Talk
soon,
to you
Mike.
later, Mike.
Win, Jerry.
We'll see you later, my Mike.
Goodbye.
John, what's your thoughts on Ermes versus Jerry?
Well, I have to kind of agree with Devon. I'm a huge Hermes fan. I mean, I actually was the only one brave enough to pick him, and I really honestly felt like he could possibly beat Levon. So in my mind, he's the second best arm wrestler. And as far as a match with Jerry, I think Jerry would probably have a better chance beating Levon than he's going to have Hermes. I think Hermes is the toughest arm wrestler right now out there besides Levon and Devon, which I would love to see Hermes and Devon pull. I think Hermes is probably the only one possible that could flash pin to get it, to not have it be an endurance thing. Jerry, I mean, I already have huge respect for you, but I mean, if you even stop that dude, that's an accomplishment because he is a beast. Like I said, I believe he's the second best arm wrestler on the planet right now.
Jerry, what's your thoughts?
Possibly third, which we haven't seen from Devon yet, but Devon and Hermes, I say bypass Hermes and go straight to Levon. I think you got good chances against Levon after what we just saw with Hermes and Levon. So if that's a possibility, but tough match.
Jerry, what's your thoughts on after hearing that from these guys?
I heard that bypass Hermes and go to Levon before from Devon. But ideally, I'm excited for the match. I want it to happen. I think my last match was against Georgie. I wasn't strong at all. I didn't lift at all, right? But I think now the big mistake was Hermes gave me another 2 months to get big, right? So I'm going to get really strong, big, and because the goal is I want to get bigger and stronger to go against Levon. So I'm looking at the Hermes match as it's a real deal. It's going to be a challenge. But I think that watching Hermes go against Dave Chafee, and Dave almost pressed him, almost tricep pressed him down and had him down. And Dave's press isn't like my press. So I think that I'm going to be able to get into my position. Hermes, quick, but he's not quicker than me. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I've got all the faith in myself. So I think that I expect it to be a war. And the longer the war, I think the needle goes more towards my way because I've been in those long matches and I'm okay with them.
Now,
Yeah,
this
he's
goes in.
definitely going to need to figure out how to beat you quickly. I mean, he's not going to be able to win the long distance thing with you.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on today. I just want to do one quick shout out, and that's we got this Wednesday on my channel. We're going to be having the Arm Wrestling Buzz. It's going to be a weekly show. We're doing it Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We got 4 of us on there. It's going to be me, Josh from Grip and Rip, Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News, and Tom Stubberline. This is going to be a great show. We're going to talk all about all the hot topics in arm wrestling. We're going to bring on a lot of special guests. And then another thing, on April 1st, I'm teamed up with Cobra Rhodes, and we are throwing the Cobra Classic over in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We got some great super matches set up. We got Bo James Olsen going to be pulling Quinlan Mendez, right hand, best of 5. We got Matt Craig pulling Quinlan Mendez, left hand. We got some more big announcements coming this next week coming up, guys. So if you're in that area, make sure to check it out. If you can't make it in person, it'll be free on my YouTube channel. We'll be doing a great show for everybody. And like I said, there is a lot of announcements coming. I got big plans for this event. So definitely check it out, everybody.
Devon, you better try.
I'm on it. I'm on it. You too, buddy. All right, take it easy.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for coming on.
Take care.